Good day to you, Mission Control. One of the fun things about YouTube is that it's real. Well, creators like me are real anyway. I mean, there's a bunch of people who do stuff fake and all that, but for folks like us, for channels like us, it's real. And so today, I can't come out here and pretend like I'm having a great day. In fact, my attitude pretty much sucks. I'm in a bad mood. I'm overwhelmed. There is so much to do, and the clock is against us. And honestly, I'm at the point of triage, full mode triage, trying to get the right stuff done at the right time. We have the stuff for Eden, the design work for us. We have a whole bunch of stuff for the ranch that needs to be done, just chores that need to be done. We have fence repairs that need to be done because the critters are going out on pasture now, and the winter time always destroys some of the fence, so we got to go out there and fix fence. 20 acres of fence is not a small thing to take care of. We also have our garden to get in. We have chicks. All these are choices that we've made, of course, so these are all self-inflicted work packages. And we have today's project on this video is going to be trees. We actually have some fruit trees to get going here. So we're going to go over those today. I got them from Willis Orchard online. They've shipped. Let me go show you those to you. So I think we have like 19 trees here. These are bare root trees. You can buy them online. You can see they've already budded. So we've got to get these things in the ground. And luckily, the weather has literally just changed. I was hoping to have them in the ground last week, but we had snow and freezing temperatures at night. But right now, it is a beautiful day outside. And since I'm in kind of a bad mood, I think the right thing for me to do today is just stop everything, spend some time with God, get my head on right. And to do that, we're going to go out and just do some good old-fashioned manual labor. And we're going to get working in the earth, which is healthy. We're going to get these trees, which are living things. We're going to get those in the ground, feel good about ourselves, and then we'll go from there. We got the shop, or not the shop. We've got stalls to continue to work on. We got the chicken coop to fix and finish. We've got fencing to do. We've got a whole bunch of design work to do. I know you guys are out there and you see this and you're like, stop your bitching, stop your complaining. And you're right to say that. That's fine. I'd be saying the same thing. But if you're in the moment, please understand that's where I'm at and I'm sharing it with you. I know I need to pull my head out of my rectum and just get on. I'm so blessed. I don't have anything to complain about. I know that. But I'm sharing it so you understand my emotional state. You understand my feelings. Feelings are so important. Sometimes feelings suck. Anyway, so let's go outside where it's beautiful. Let me show you what we need to do. First thing we got to do is get them all out of here. Really liking the stalls. That makes me feel good about life. It's amazing what you can have shipped to your door these days. You know, we really do live in interesting times. I could have pizza for Chicago shipped here, which I have, and it's delicious. Maybe that's what I need to do. Support the restaurants right now during this pandemic and make myself feel better with a little food therapy. It's gonna be kind of hard to give you guys a full view, but this whole area is irrigated. It has a sprinkler system on it. I put that in myself. And over here next to the garden, it's also irrigated. We have some spot for trees over there already, but what I want to do is come about 6 feet away from this fence line, and we're going to put a row of trees in. We got 2 sets for each tree. At minimum, some have more. And then way over there, see where the critter's at, a cow up on the hill there. We're going to put some trees up in the hill in the yard area. We can actually see our neighbor and you know, a little privacy out here if we like our privacy. We can see our neighbor that's about 300 yards away, 400 yards away. So we're gonna put some trees up, and it'll also be in the irrigated area. So I don't have to worry about drip system or anything like that. It's all automatic control up there, sprinklers. So they'll get a lot of water. So we gotta get the trees unbundled. We gotta get some marking stakes out and mark everything and make it all look pretty and dig a bunch of holes. I am really excited about these trees. Figure, let's get them all out of here first, get them all laid out. Again, I like having the projects out ahead of me. See everything, get it all laid out, see what's what. We got the moisture bags in here to keep everything wet so the roots are still nice and wet from the shipment. Bare root, so I think how this is all done is, you know, they grow these in the ground and they have a machine that just comes and yanks them up out of the ground. 2 golden delicious right there. Indian blood peaches, 2 of those right there. These shipped via FedEx, believe it or not. Came in big tall boxes and take them out from the bottom and life is good. All right, Granny Smith apples, Fuji apples, Goldmine apples. You going, big guy? Yeah. Oh, he makes me feel better. Yeah, you're like, look at me, I've got food. I don't worry where I get food from, Dad. Honeycrisp apples. Oh, these are 5-in-1 cherry trees. So cool. Rainier, Vans, Bing, grafted on the pin. Did I say that already? So cool to have those. Beauty, I think those are pear trees. Heritage, I don't know what those are. All right, now we gotta get these laid out and holes dug. Having a compact tractor. You get a big tractor, going through your yard like this, these big ruts. But having a compact tractor, this is just the right size. Really nice. Homemade compost. This is 3-year-old black gold, baby. This is the corner of our yard. You guys have never really seen this, and our neighbor's house is down over the way there. What I brought up here, oh, I forgot the Marionberry trees. I gotta go get those. Critters are here to say hi to everybody. That's Snips. She's the oldest mare we have here, my dad's horse, in retirement. So what we got, cherry tree, 4-in-1 cherry tree, way awesome. All right, here's its buddy. Then we have peach tree. The Marionberry trees we're gonna put in the middle. They're smallest, so they're gonna take a long time to grow, but they're gonna get really big. There's another Marionberry tree, that little twig right there, and then nectarine, and a nectarine, and cows. How's it going, cow? This is Darla. She's our second girl. She comes from Mama, Daisy. Good mama. She's a really good cow. Really happy to have her. And you are just a problem child. So I'm working on the spacing. I want it 6 feet off. So these trees get about 12 feet in diameter. That's your planting distance. And obviously if we put them right up next to the fence, the critters are gonna put their head right over that fence or through it if they're a cow and chew on the trees. So when the trees get bigger, if a few limbs just happen to be over the side of the fence, it's not a huge problem because they'll get trimmed by the critters. But we want those things on 6 feet on the inside of the line and 12 feet on center away from each other because we do want it to fill up in here. In 12 to 15 feet is kind of your general spacing. And then the Marionberry trees in the middle there, they're going to get really, really big and permanent. So we want that to fill up that area. That's going to be a long time to wait, but you got to start somewhere, right? And then we take stuff up on the hill here, and that'd be really nice. I think it's going to be, from a landscaping standpoint, those cherry trees and peach trees when they blossom, just going to be something really nice for Mrs. Martian to wake up in the morning and look at our bedroom and see all that right there. She likes pretty things, and I think that would be really pretty for her. The root's been sitting here long enough. They might dry out, so I need to stop talking and just get to work and start digging. Oh yeah. I'm just, one of the things, I've got the cherries right next to each other, the peaches right next to each other, nectarines right next to each other, Marionberry right next to each other, so that they can pollinate each other easily. That was something we made a mistake of when we first got trees and such. Which this is our second go around with trees. So you definitely want to make sure you got your pollinators. And some trees can self-pollinate. So you got to check that out when you are just getting there. So there's our line right there. That's 6 feet. And then 6 feet over here. Oh yeah, so you know what, I'm going to bring that out and just kind of make it even right here. All right, so what I'm doing is I am lining this up with the fence here to make it symmetrical later. The hole is supposed to be twice the size of the root clump, which in this case, there's no real root clump. It's just a small twig. So anything I do here will be sufficient, and the dirt looks really nice. It's nice and wet still for the winter, easy to work with. Whereas if you wait, this dirt turns into rock. But this has been in our yard for a while, so it's not going to be as hard because it has worms and stuff. It's got watering during the summertime. The rest of our field is just junk because it gets so hard, and we need to keep getting more manure on it and letting those critters trample everything down. The critters are a big part of pasture management because you want them to not tear up the ground, but you want them to aerate it. You want them to move around on it and push their poop and everything into it, and then give it a good grace. Challenge those plants. Plants don't like to have it easy. They grow when they have it hard. So we want plants that are challenged to work, not given an easy life. Now this is 3-year-old compost. I'm gonna mix it in with the dirt here. I'm not an expert, what is it, or a tree person, but this is what we're supposed to do. Welcome to your new home. Lord, may you bless this tree. May it grow up and give us amazing fruit. So a Marionberry tree, for those that don't know, is basically a blackberry bush on a tree. And I saw this up at my uncle's place, and I was like, I have to have one of those. That's just too easy there, because anyone who's worked with blackberries knows that they are a weed. And I think people that aren't familiar with blackberries think they're just such an amazing, beautiful plant. But in reality, here in the Pacific Northwest, they're more of a weed. There's further evidence that one person's trash is another person's treasure, but they are delicious. When I grew up, we would go out and we would pick blackberries, and neighbor would make blackberry cobbler, and we would just be really, really happy about life right there. So having Marionberry, which is a really big blackberry, is exciting. One in, so we're gonna set everything off of this. So we gotta use this distance here, 91 inches. 27, 91 and 127. Let's get the rest set up. So we got cherry tree, peach tree, mulberry tree, nectarine, and nectarine. This all used to be field, but then when we moved in, I fenced it in and I put irrigation in. So the sprinklers come in and cover this whole area. It's really nice. 4, 6, 8 trees here to the driveway. That way we can get bigger rigs in there, make that corner. So we don't want to do that too tight. Honeycrisp apples. Boy, those are delicious apples. Honeycrisp, I do love them. And these are Fuji apples. I think just lining them up along the fence post will look nice. Yeah, I think that'd be nice. Just right along the fence there. Well, I just got this row completely planted. I also finished 2 over there that I'll show you. They're off camera, but they're in tree holes that I had when we first got started here. Man, I tell you, when I put these in, I just kept kicking myself. I'm like, you should have done this the first year you moved in. Should have done it first year you moved in. And I'm trying to think of why I didn't, other than money. And projects, because we did a lot of fencing that first year. That was our priority, was getting the fencing in for the animals. But we did put some trees in, and they didn't do very well. They died. And then we put irrigation in, the sprinkler system, in I think it's like year 2 or year 3. And ever since then, we've just been busy working on the project. So I guess that's the reason why. But man, if you're gonna get a homestead, put fruit trees in as soon as you move in. Excuse me, because that is just the way to go. This tree here is one that was in the hab, and it's a Garden Delight apple, and it never had a buddy, so it never did well. And one of the things you're supposed to do with these trees, the instructions from Willis Orchards, it says once you plant them, you really want to cut back 2/3 of the tree that first year, which is a lot, and I don't know if I feel totally comfortable doing that. But with this one, we're definitely going to cut it back, because it looks like it's had better days. Quite honest, I think it's alive. We're going to find out right now. Oh yeah, it's alive. That section looks a little not totally great alive. We're going to give it a good whack here. It's a tree. And we're gonna cut there. I'm never really, seems to be alive. I'm not really good at this, to be quite honest. I think you're supposed to, where there's a nub at, is where you're supposed to go. I think just because that's going to be another branch coming off. So you want to do it right after one of those, and you do it at a slight angle. Oh yeah, that's alive. So now we got it trimmed pretty good. This is the old tree again, but it needed a good whacking. So, and I'm just going to leave these here on the ground so they just rot back down into the ground, you know. Let's go to this one here. So this guy is one of the brand new ones, and we're supposed to cut it back. So the reason why is so that those roots establish, you know, so it's not putting, everything's about energy, right? It's all physics. The tree has only so much energy to use. It either puts it into growing out, or it puts it into growing down, or it divides it in some fashion. And I don't know how it knows to do whatever it does. Obviously it's genetics tell it something, but I'm supposed to whack it back. So there's a little nub right there. So we'll, oh yeah, that's all nice and healthy there. Cut that one. There we go. The general idea is kind of like in the Bible, you know, and the Bible gives us a lot of instructions, but it talks about the person who keeps the plants, you know, if you really care about them, you do have to prune them. You have to get rid of the old so that the new can grow. What I don't really know, the nubs are where the new branches come out, so I don't think you're supposed to cut right on one of those. You want it to flare out. But I also want the tree to go like this, so that's what I don't know, is how to get it, you know, to look nice, because I would trim more down here, but we'll see. You know what, we're just gonna watch and see what happens. I am certainly taking off the branches that look like they got damage in shipment. It's like, oh no, you're doing what to your brand new trees? I want this one to keep going up, so I don't really want to trim that. I don't want to give it a new direction. And I also need to get some orchard rope and stakes so that we can get these things a little more straight and give them a better chance of looking really sharp as they get older. These are certainly a lot healthier than that first one. And we got a lilac tree down here too. I got the lilac tree because it's supposed to have lots of flowers on it, and we want to get some bees here eventually. And with the fruit trees, they'll blossom, so that's some good bee food. And then getting the lilac really going, that should really give them some good food. And then we also have our flowers around the house. There's a nice view for you guys. Horses, mountain in the background there, just a pretty day. Good for de-stressing like what I needed to. Kind of really just step back and see how all this is happening here. Putting life in the ground, that's a rewarding thing. So I'm definitely going to be going and watching a bunch of videos on pruning trees here, because this is just getting them going here, but obviously I need to do a better job. Right now I'm kind of looking at the dead stuff. Yeah, oh, somebody already trimmed that one. There we go. And I got a little donut peach tree that I put up there that is actually one from, I ate a peach and it was the best peach I ever had in my life. I was like, you know what, I think I want to grow that. So I took the pit and cracked it open. You have to let it dry, crack it open, and then you put it into, you get the seed out and you put it into a plastic bag and you put it in the freezer for a little bit, a certain amount of days that it has to be below freezing. And then that triggers the genetics, it's programming. You take it out and it'll start sprouting. So I did that. Ate the peach, took the pit, froze it like you're supposed to, put it on a paper towel, wet paper towel, plastic bag, put it in the window, let it germinate. It sprouted, moved it into dirt in a pot, left it inside, and then it got big enough to move it outside, and now it's on its second year outside. Let me go show it to you. So here it is. This little guy is definitely healthy. I'm gonna trim it up though. Give it really good trimming this year. Oh yeah, it's way alive. So this tree, we want it to really get going because it is now hardened to our location. That's gonna be a good tree when we get it, when it gets bigger. I need to put some straightening rope on it too, get it to go up nice, but it's already starting to sprout there. So I'm back up at the house here, and these trees, I'm I'm worried about just a little bit because of the amount of wind that this location gets. Very windy. So we'll see how they do. Y'all, please do put some comments down below regarding pruning, because, you know, even though I don't know what I'm doing, I mean, I only know a little bit. You guys probably do, and someone's going to come along and they're going to watch this video, and if they read the comments, I mean, I learn a lot by reading the comments. The videos are great, but sometimes the comments are even better than the video. So, you see what I'm doing wrong, tell people in the comments, that way they can do it right. And we're all helping each other. I am excited for these mulberry trees. I think that is just gonna be super duper freaking awesome. It's true though, the more you prune something back, the stronger it comes back, you know, more vibrant. Like this fall's pruning, that's gonna be the one where we really gotta give these guys an uber prune. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trees here. And this guy, he needs a buddy. We really need to get another peach tree so he can pollinate. But if you're buying baby trees, you want to save money that way. Then you get more trees, obviously, but you got to wait longer. So you get it when you first get in, and then your homestead really starts coming together as you've been working on it, and then all of a sudden, whammo, fruit, you know, and then you're going to have more and you know what to do with. For us, the reason we got these trees, there's quite a few reasons. Some privacy. That's a big problem out here, but that was part of the, if I didn't say it, I wouldn't be telling you the whole truth. So over in that corner behind you is privacy. Food, really it's all about food. But then we can also do some distilling, because a friend of mine has given me a distiller, and I'm excited to learn how to do that. I used to brew beer. I used to brew my own beer. I was good at that. Tasted good. I have a friend still brewing his own beer, Chris. I wish you were nearby so I could have some of your beer. You know, distilling some stuff, and we can make vinegar out of it. Apple cider vinegar for cleaning products. There's a lot of really good uses for this fruit, rather than, you know, more than just, you know, eating. There's good things we can do with it. So having cherry trees, that's going to be awesome. You can do a lot of good stuff with that. Apple trees, really, there's tons of apple trees that we put in here. They're the majority, and they're very, very useful. And then peach trees, nectarine trees, the mulberry trees. So excited to have all those here. The fruit, we can store it, preserve it, freeze it, turn it into pies, turn it into jellies, jams, preserve it. I mean, so many things that we can do. They just need to survive, which is a big deal up here. We're in USDA Zone 5, so it gets really cold in the winter and it gets really hot and dry in the summer. So it's kind of a tough place to grow. And then, like I've said already, the wind up here, you can see the camera shaking. It's really windy today, but it's a beautiful, gorgeous day, the first that we've had like this. So it's really nice being outside and getting this stuff all done. So we'll see how they do. If you guys have any recommendations on ways to take care of trees, please leave it down in the comments. I'll be checking it out. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was nice for me to get out, get the head all cleared a little bit. I got more work to go do. We'll save that for some more videos. And if you did enjoy it, be sure to give us a thumbs up. Help us out with that algorithm. Hit those thumbs up buttons. It really does matter. You know, I'm not very good at it myself, but as I keep saying it, I'm like, oh, I need to hit thumbs up on these things, you know, to help people out. So if you do like videos on YouTube, make sure you give them a thumbs up. It's a simple way you can help out the channel. And you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and on Twitter if you like, to see some more up-to-date stuff, what's happening behind the scenes. And then if you'd like to support us, you can do so directly through Patreon. In the meantime, everybody, this is The Real Martian, out.